Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vinita Kumar, also known as twinflameunion, bringing you guys the AVA series. It's been a while I haven't filmed, but I have a series of questions that were asked. I will see if I have time to push it out in this episode. If not, then the following episode. So stay tuned. If your if your questions haven't been answered, it will be in the next episode. I also want to add that I was actually vacationing. I needed that time out. I actually went away as well, out of country. So this was the first time I actually did that after the COVID. So it was kind of interesting to do that. I spent lots of time with my family. My aunt flew from California, so from Los Angeles. So spending time with her as well. I haven't had time to spend with her when we had that COVID, so we were always keeping in touch just on the phone, that sort of thing. So it was nice to just kind of do some family time as well. And as well as I had a death in the family. It was my mom's brother, so between my aunt and my mom, I had to kind of be there for them as well. And this uncle was very dear to me as well, while I reminisced some of the moments that I had with him growing up. So yeah, it was just a lot of little events that were happening. So I'm gonna be now that I'm well rested and energized, which I haven't had a chance to do for about 4 years, being in this journey. So I needed that time out. I was in my other social media. I was active there, but not so much on YouTube. So yeah, I've got lots of things to air, so just be patient with me. It's gonna come forward. And I also want to add that I started on the twin flame number 717. I get, and that's an article that I'm actually working on. I'm excited about that because so many people always ask me what that means. It's associated with my business name, as well as it's been sort of presented me in many ways, in different shapes and forms throughout the 4 and a half years that I've been in this journey. So yeah, having said that, I've got actually more than 4 years, but I want to say that my full awakening has been about 4.5 years, as opposed to the 5 that I want to mention. But yeah, I'm gonna be actually I've already started the article, and I have a different take on it as opposed to the others that you would have read on Google or seen in YouTube. So stay tuned for that article. I'm excited to actually publish it. So it should be ready in a week or two. So with that, we're going to dive deep into the AVA series, the questions, Ask Vinita Anything. We will dive into that. But before we actually do that, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. please do not forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. I have a whole bunch of guided meditations. More are going to be coming. It's just a matter of me actually prosecuting it. I haven't had time to select the right music, as well as draft the guided meditation. I actually have a few that I have thought of, so just stay tuned to that. I also have other series on the AVA series, so you may want to check that one out. That is Ask Vanita Anything, which is what this episode is, as well as the Twin Flame Pep Talk and Empowerment. And of course, the Timeless Reading. If you watch them, it is timeless. So have a look at all of those. And if you want to book any private sessions with me, you can do that as well. Link is in the description box. You can purchase and book directly from my website. And I also want to add that 10% off twinflameunion sales also go to charity. So all that information is in my website. So I've got, I'm going to be scrolling through all of these. I never have time. It just goes to show that how busy I am to actually type them out or write them down. So I actually just screenshot them. So that's how I actually do this. So bear with me. Some people are very generic in the questions that they ask. So I'm going to, for those that do that, of course, I'm going to just answer it very intuitively. So Maria is asking, and she, I guess, watched my my episode on, it's one of the most viewed episodes that I have on the Twin Flame Pep Talk and Empowerment. Why do you see the names and initials everywhere? It's the most viewed one that I have noticed from all my videos. So in there, she asked me this question, and this is Maria. What if you two are no longer talking? Like you not officially dated, but almost girlfriend and boyfriend. This is all she's mentioned in terms of her question. So I want to say that, you know, basically based on her question that she's asking, most twin flames actually never got a chance to date because they, and that's including my twin flame and me, we didn't actually get a chance to date because he ghosted me very quickly. And that is very common for a lot of twin flames in their scenario or their dynamics, where they actually get to know each other, they talk for a little while, and then when they meet, and then boom, they're gone, that sort of thing. So it all depends on your own situation. So it's not uncommon if twin flames do not get the chance to actually date or go on a few dates. You know, you just don't. So and that's just the way that it works out. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And if that was your situation, that is completely normal. You'll find that a lot of people that are twin flames, they have similar stories like that. So yeah, you know, if you didn't officially date each other, but you were almost like girlfriend and boyfriend, which is very, very true to that too, because you're talking romantically and all that sort of thing. You know, the idea is to date each other, so that intention is already been placed by both of you, and so you feel like that you're almost virtually dating even, or you know, you're virtually, you know, involved with each other. So that is the bubble phase, and that is completely normal. And I hope this was the question that you asked. It was the case in my story anyways. So yeah, I want to say that is that's not uncommon if that has happened. And then the next question that Evelyn is asking, is it normal for a twin flame to have a new relationship with a new person? Yes, because they, after you meet your twin flame and they get all triggered up, and then they, you know, don't want to have, they don't want to continue a relationship with you. So then they would go and find somebody else. So that is also common, and a lot of them actually do series of dating different people, and shortly after the connection, like shortly after you break up with that connection. So yeah, they go. It's not uncommon if you find that your twin flame is dating a whole bunch of people, and that kind of stuff. I've heard of it, so I know that it exists. Of course, each each person or each connection will be different from the other. So, and some bury themselves at work. They burn themselves out, which is a case of my twin flame. That's what he did. So still continues to do so. It comes up all the time. So it's something that I know he's just always focused on his work and his business and stuff like that. So that is another aspect of it. And the whole reason why they do that is so that they of course want to try to forget you. And I don't know if it actually works, because I think that it actually doesn't. I mean, but that's what they're trying to do, is to to forget you. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I've got another question here that Atul is asking. Hi Vinita. Okay, I asked the question first here, and in the next comment I will tell you the scenario. Do twin flames do verbal abuse or any kind of threatening? So my twin flame verbally abused me and threatened me on the phone. However, after a few hours, he calls me and says, change my friend circle. So please suggest answer this question, because I could not sense it was just from the 3D jazz, but from the 5D. But I want to know, can they verbally abuse and threaten? It's a little gibberish English, but I kind of got the gist of what this person's asking. So I'll read it the way that I'm gonna kind of correct the English here. So, do twin flames verbally abuse? See, the thing is that twin flames are also human beings, and I suppose that they can verbally abuse. It's very uncommon that they do, but having said that, they're not God. They will have some of the human traits. They are at the end of the day a human, so they will have these kind of tendencies. But having said that, most twin flames, in fact 95% of the twin flames, will not be abusive at all. So if you feel that your twin flame is abusive, whether it's mental, verbal, physical, psychological, right, sexual, then you need to ask yourself this question: how much are you okay with this abuse? And this comes down to the self-love that this journey teaches people. Because the way I look at it is that if you are getting abused in some shape or form, you need to, by anybody, doesn't matter, you need to ask yourself, do I deserve it? Am I worth this abuse? And how much value do I have within me that I will actually stand up to that abuse? So these kind of questions you need to ask. You need to figure out the answers, because each will have a different kind of answer. Some people are okay having to tolerate abuse in any way, and that's just your choice. That's your life choice. And some people are not. So you have to figure out that part. And if your twin flame is abusive, then you need to really, really ask why. and especially if you haven't done anything. So, you know, and you are who you attract. So that's another thing that is typically derived from law of attraction. You have to go back and answer that question. Why am I attracting this? Because you will only attract what you are in vibration with. So there's something within you that you need to heal or address. Usually it's inner child. So, you know, inner child is a really big aspect of the twin flame healing, and usually there's something that is missing within you that you're attracting these kind of abusive behavior. And, you know, part of you learning to master the journey is also to learn how to throw boundaries. I actually wrote an article on that. So, and it's very, very important that you actually are not, you know, taking any forms of abuse, because you shouldn't be. So yeah, so I hope that answered that part of the question. And as far as somebody threatening you, if I don't know the laws of each country, but being threatened is actually criminally not correct. So you can actually charge that person criminally. And it is in Canada anyways. If I threat somebody, it can be I can be charged. So I'm gonna say that out there, that if you feel threatened or if you are being threatened, you'll have to figure out what that is. So yeah, it all comes back to your self-worth, and clearly this is something that you have to master if you know, and stand up to that. So by you, I would never advise anybody to put up with any kind of abuse in any way, because you are worth it. You only have one crack at this life, and you should make an amazing life. If people are being abusive to you, you can totally block them and all that sort of thing. You have to stand your ground and say no, because that's very, very important for your self-love to say no. And each story will be, of course, different, you know, in different levels. But yeah, your twin flame shouldn't be threatening you in any way or abusing you in any way. And if they are, then they definitely are not, whether it's 3D, 5D, I don't even care, because this is not a person that is in the right, sane mind for anything. And just because they're your twin flame does not give them that entitlement to treat you like that. So, you know, and sometimes I mean, there's a very small amount of percentage where twin flame is very, very abusive and, you know, all that sort of thing. So if you start focusing on your life and trying to better your life, you will actually meet somebody that's going to be in higher vibration than your twin flame. So clearly this twin flame is not in that high vibration. So yeah, always aim for something higher, because if they don't step up their game, then there's going to be somebody else that definitely will, you know, be in the right alignment with you. So yeah, all the best with that. But yeah, I'm gonna say this is not something that you should be putting up with anybody, because it's not worth. I don't care if it's twin flame or soulmate or, you know, karmic. You should value your life a little bit more than that. You know, nobody owns you. Nobody should own you. You are you, and they are they. So hopefully, and that's something that you would be an eye-opener for some of you that are in that kind of situation. Okay, so Angela is asking, this is on my Catalyst Twin Flame video on YouTube. So this is what Angela is asking. Would you experience an auric merge with a Catalyst Twin Flame? I actually saw our auras out of our peripheral vision, and I had intense headache because of the energy. I also experienced a feeling like this. I also experienced, I had a feeling like his hands were inside me, like he was massaging my internal organs while he was rubbing my sore back. It felt as though we were fused together. Your catalyst twin flame, a lot of people don't believe this, but it's true, is still a soul connection. This is why you almost mistaken them for your twin flame. Having said that, your auras will probably, it's not unusual if your auras do merge. I don't see why it cannot. And then the second part of her question was, I also experienced a feeling like that his hands were inside me, like he was massaging my organs. I don't know what to make of that. I've never heard of that phrase or that experience. If somebody has similar experience, do comment in the comments, because yeah, I haven't come across anybody that has mentioned something like that. Massaging your organs. It could be, you know, this is something that could be the case where you are getting your chakra activation and it feels like that your organs are getting massaged. Your chakras are all connected to a part of your organ anyway, so maybe that's what you were experiencing, is a chakra activation, and if that's the case, then that would make sense. I know your last part, you were saying that he was rubbing your internal organs while he was rubbing your sore back. Yeah, well, that's the spinal cord, right? So yeah, maybe and the thing is that people don't realize that your spinal cord actually has the nerve ending to every part of your organ in your body, and you know, every major part of you know, your arteries, and you know, it goes all the way down to your feet, to the head, right? So all the way everywhere. So and this is why when people have spinal injuries, you know, you can easily become paralyzed. It's crazy how they're interconnected. So yeah, and your back, your spine actually is in your back, right? So you know, mainly, so yeah, that I would say that was probably the you know, the chakra activation. So let me know if this makes sense to you or not. Make a comment. Others, you can make a comment as well, because let me know if that was something that you guys also experienced with something similar with chakra activations. Of course, everybody has very different view on you know, on their experiences and stuff like that, right? So not everybody's gonna have the same you know, not everybody will have the same experiences when it comes to the Kundalini awakening, so, or activation. Okay, so this is another question that I got from Sira Yvette. Hello, Ms. Kumar. I would like to thank you for all the work that you do. I appreciate the fact that you enjoy all my work. I'm also very grateful for all the information you have provided the world. I do have a question though. What are the habits and or traits of the DM and the DF? I was watching one of your videos and you mentioned that DMs like to build their castles. So I was wondering what else? That seems to be a lot of divine masculines seem to be focused on their career, finances, their business. It seems to be the energy that I see among personal clients and, you know, their DMs, my DM, in the social media that I have actually participated in my Facebook group. All of that, I just find that that is something that seems to be a primal desire for them, is to build their empire. And because they have that energy of the divine masculine, and it doesn't mean gender specific, I mean, the cost of living is going up, and they also want to have a comfortable life materialistically, and they also want to be the provider for the family that they have or will have. So they usually are very focus driven when it comes to building their empire. That is correct. I always say that, and that's something that I see even in personal readings with my clients. So it's come up in my reading with my divine masculine, and yeah, he's always just busy working, you know, and that seems to be something that he does. And the reason why, and I just mentioned that earlier, is that the reason why they actually are so focused is, of course, this reason that they want to be the provider of the family. They want to make sure that they have a comfortable life and they have a zest for life, and they will like the fine things, and they also want to make sure that, you know, they're providing their loved ones with that kind of life as well. Another thing is that they also like to forget their twin flame. So this is another way that they can do that, is to just focus and put all their energy in building their empire so that they can forget their twin flame. And I mentioned that earlier. So that is one of the things that they are really good at doing, and they do that so well. What else do they do? Some of them have started to get their spiritual awakening. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Always a pleasure to get that confirmation. And I want to say that they are, I will timestamp that if you guys can catch it in the background. So yeah, they are starting to get their spiritual awakening as well, and especially for those divine feminines that have been awakened in the last 5 years or more. They're starting to really recognize. Comment and let me know if this resonates to the divine feminines that are watching. For those that have been in the journey for 5 years plus, let me know if this makes sense, that you know, because by now, you know, people that have been 5 years and plus, thank you. You guys have put a lot of effort and a lot of work in your spiritual journey, and that has reflected on your divine masculine. So yeah, so they're starting to now get really awakened to the journey and the connection, and they are starting to read some of the twin flame articles and watch some YouTube videos, just trying to get explanation of what is happening to them. Because when you get your awakening, that's it, right? They start to, you know, it becomes a spiral thing, boom, 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 just like you guys did. So they will be drawn to the spirituality part of their life. So slowly they will start doing that, and the roles kind of reverse, I want to say, for you know, for you guys as well, because for the divine feminines that were focused on the spirituality, now you are focus driven. You want to actually do something with your life. Some of you have actually started working on your twin flame mission, and you're trying to find a better career, better paying job, or you take on an extra job, or some of you have actually started volunteering to you know, some temples, or, you know, some kind of causes. You know, you've been active, you know, socially, in that sense, where you've actually wanted to make a difference somewhere. So I know that a lot of you have, you know, been in that boat as well. So these are the what else part that you're asking. So let me know if this kind of resonates. And for those that are not quite there, this will be something that down the road you will see, you know, your healing is part of your journey, and you will continue to, you know, advance and level up. And as you're leveling up, there's going to be new things that will be given to you, new gifts will come to light, and you will, some of you will actually explore those gifts. So yeah, it's part of their, you know, part of the journey. So yeah, that's that. What else? So let me know if that made sense to you, Miss Yvette. Next question. I'm actually breezing through these questions. I may actually be able to get through them all. Next question is asked by Arpana in my private Facebook group, and I felt that even though she had made a generic post on it, I felt that I should be answering this question in the AVA series just because of the importance of it. I saw on a YouTube channel that being a non-vegetarian is, bear with me here because it's okay. I saw on a YouTube channel that being a non-vegetarian is a sin and it creates a problem in a twin flame reunion. How true is this? I had to actually blow that up because she's got a meme behind it, so it's hard to see one word there. So she basically saw on a YouTube channel that being a non-vegetarian is a sin and that it creates a problem in your twin flame union process. How much is this true? How much is this true? It has no bearing to any of that stuff. The whole point of a twin flame journey or being in a spiritual journey is that you're not supposed to, people that are out there doing their mission work, that are of some sort of influence, should not be influencing anybody through fear, force, and dictatorship. That's the paradigm that we are trying to surpass, because we are trying to bring a different kind of template in this world. And those people that are doing their mission work and their light work through putting fear out there, forcing people, and almost feels like a dictatorship. You need to really meditate on that to see if that is something that is in alignment with you. If somebody, even my work, does not resonate with your soul plan, that is okay. You don't have to. And you just need to learn to decipher what is important to you and what isn't, what information you resonate with and what information you don't. Teachers, spiritual beings, humans, doesn't matter. They all are teaching based out of their own consciousness. So how conscious they are actually awakened to do it in a way that doesn't dictate all these three words that I was saying, that all depends on people and their consciousness. So if you are watching these kind of YouTube videos that are, you know, based on fear, because that's the 3D paradigm that you're trying to get out of, you know, fear, shame, guilt, right? Forcing somebody. These are all in the 3D paradigm. So that, and you can Google that, you'll be able to find that that is the case. That's the 3D paradigm. So how awakened are they to be teaching you all these things? I don't know what is right or wrong in terms of being vegetarian, vegan, or non-vegetarian. That is an individual choice. And as a person, as a human, you have that choice to make and live with. And that is a personal preference. It doesn't matter what that is. Nobody should be teaching you that one is better than the other. You should be listening to your body, and you should be going within to figure that question out. When people are in spiritual journey, they do get lots of changes within them, and some people are lactose intolerant when it comes to dairy because it has something to do with kundalini and all that sort of thing. You have to listen to your body. I know that regular dairy is starting to not do well for me, and lactose free dairy is worse because it's something's been taken away or added or something. It's not natural anymore, so my body just hates it. So when I switched to organic milk, even when I was in States, my aunt ended up getting organic milk, and that was sitting better than regular milk. So for those that are into dairy products and stuff like that, and you like your dairy, try to switch to that, see if that's going to make a difference. I'm not going to advise anybody for what is better than the other. I'm not a vegetarian. I am a I am a non-veg, and my twin flame is non-veg. Would that affect our union process? Not really. In my line of work, I have met so many people that are in the spiritual business, and they've completed their ascension process and stuff like that, and they are actually non-vegetarians and stuff like that. Has nothing to do with it. Just because you're a vegan, you won't actually reach enlightenment any faster than anybody that is non-veg, right? So at the end of the day, that's your personal choice, and that is okay. You should be comfortable with what you feel is right to you. If you've eaten meat all your life, then that's something that will come naturally to you. But that doesn't mean that you are not an animal lover and you don't care for living beings and all that sort of thing. That's again a really personal choice, and nobody should be telling you what that should be. That's your own individual choice, and that's perfectly okay. I know a lot of twin flames that are non-vegetarian that have reached their union, and I know a lot of vegetarian twin flames as well. I know a lot of vegan twin flames. It's no different than anything else in life. So it's something that you need to be mindful of what you watch. I remember this a while back. There was a very profound twin flame teacher that I was watching or following, and I had great respect, and I decided to put a picture of a yogurt. It was priced at $3.33 in one of the stores, so I just mentioned that universe is saying that's healthy eating is better, and that was something that I had just started to do, is to just go into a healthy way of living, basically. So and you are what you eat. So yeah, there was a life. I made a video on that. I made a lifestyle choice. So yeah, my diet is mainly based out of protein and vegetables. So that's the two things that I consume the most, and there's so many vegetable proteins as well. So I don't feel that I should be, I'm not a high meat eater. I don't consume red meat much these days. It's not something that, you know, I feel that I should be consuming, or I don't have the taste for it, I should say. So I listen to my body. So yeah, I've just been mainly, and that happened automatically. So I'm not too heavy onto the red meat. Mainly it is poultry and you know, eggs and fish, that sort of thing, and vegetarian proteins, you know, that sort of thing. So I love tofu, but it doesn't, my body doesn't like it. It gives me problems for a whole week because it's highly processed. So what I do say to people that are in their ascension process is to make sure that you listen to your body. Try not to eat too heavy processed type of food, because you know, your body won't like it. And you know, try to eat whole foods, you know, as much as you can. So try not to you know, have food that replicate something that it shouldn't be, you know, I mean, as best as you can. So you know, keep it as whole as you can. So yeah, you know, I mean, it's good to use substitutes, but you know, try not to, you know, have too much chemicals in there. So that's gonna be something that you will see automatically with your body. But yes, so yeah, her and I, we got into that argument, and you know, she started bringing up how dairy is not good for you, and I said, well, maybe it's not good for you, but you don't have that right to preach to anybody else around you that meat is not good for you, or dairy is not good for you, and that vegan is the way to go. It's their individual choice, and that's something that has to be in alignment with their soul. And if they want to you know, to believe that or know that, that's up to them, you know. And even if I turn vegan, I wouldn't be it's not something that I do. I don't base any of my teachings on fear and guilt and shame, or forcing somebody to do something that they shouldn't be. So yeah, be very, very mindful of who you are watching on YouTube, including my work. If it's not in alignment with what you feel is correct with you, your soul will tell you that, and listen to it. I would say listen from within. Do meditate on it. You know, ask for signs to see if you know, people that you follow are whether they've actually lifted their consciousness up enough that, you know, they are not planting any sorts of fear you know, down your way. Your journey is already complicated as is, so do not make it more complicated. Listen to yourself. That's the biggest lesson that you need to know in this particular AVA series, just because there were a few questions that were asked that really is meant for you to really, really ask from within. And you know, that's the main theme for this particular AVA series, is to make sure that you also find the answers from within, as opposed to, you know, getting an outside source and believing everything blindly, what is being told to you. So this was all the questions that I had received. So hopefully you know, you thought that this made sense to you. Do comment and let me know what you thought of this. This was Twin Flame Union bringing you guys the AVA series, and that is Ask Vanita Anything.